Alright, y'all. I'm going deep today. This video feels like a really important message for anyone who is dealing with self-doubt or is holding themselves back from doing something that they want to do. What I'm going to be talking about can be applicable to doing anything scary, not just starting a YouTube channel, because I've noticed anytime I go to do anything outside of my comfort zone, I kind of go through like a pretty similar cycle of thoughts. So I'm going to be talking about how I shifted my mindset in order to start uploading YouTube videos because I didn't think I could do it. So I've been on here for 2 months. I posted my first video on September 26th of 2024, and I've watched a lot of other people make videos like this, and they'll talk a little bit about how nervous they were or how they've grown to be more comfortable in front of the camera, but I haven't really seen anyone get super personal about it, I guess. So I just want to get into it. I'll share numbers and what I've learned about the video making process at the end of this video in case anyone wants to hear about that as well. But I'm not going to go into that stuff too deep because honestly, I think the mental reprogramming I've had to do has been much more interesting and valuable to share. So, first of all, real quick little intro about myself and why I started this channel. My name's Megan. I'm an artist, designer, and seamstress. I have 2 Etsy shops and 2 day jobs. I moved to California from a small town in the Midwest about 3 years ago in order to pursue my art career. And it's been hard. I've always wanted to be a full-time artist, and I wanted to start this channel partially because I got really tired of Instagram, and I could go on and on about that, but I might just have to do a whole video on it another time. But I just thought, why not try something new? I love YouTube. I thought that it would be cool to express myself creatively, in a new way. And obviously, the potential of being monetized on here is pretty enticing, but ultimately my main goal of having this channel is to just try to be myself online. I'm starting fresh with a clean slate. I want to be genuine and authentic. I want to find a community of people like me, and I want to help other people on their creative journeys by sharing my experiences and insight and knowledge. Okay, so let's get into it. Limiting beliefs and caring what others think. So I started this channel kind of secretly. I told my boyfriend and my best friend. I actually told my coworkers that I was thinking about starting a channel, but they don't know that I've actually been uploading because once I started, I was like, I don't really want them to watch my videos. So pretty early on in this journey, I basically just started noticing some pretty negative self-talk. And I started asking myself why do I care so much about what people think? Why has it been so hard for me to start this channel? We all have limiting beliefs, just thoughts that we have about ourselves that a lot of times came from somebody else. They subconsciously hold us back and keep us small. And it's great to do things that are a little scary because it can really illuminate those beliefs. And that's how we grow. You get to acknowledge them and challenge those beliefs and work with them. When I was in the thinking stage of starting this channel, I was like, I have stuff to say. I have stuff to teach. I have experience. I have skills. I have knowledge and creativity. I can have a channel that has substance and value. And then once I created the channel and actually started planning the videos and recording, I kind of started spiraling. I was like, well, who am I? I don't have any huge successes that I can share to help people. I haven't achieved my goal of being a full-time artist. I'm not making $10K a month in passive income. I'm not an expert in anything. There's other artists that are way better than me. I don't even have a camera or a computer. Like, I just have my phone. I'm not good at making videos. No one's going to listen to me. I'm introverted. I'm not good in front of the camera anyway. There's all this stuff. And I caught myself. I was like, whoa, okay. And, it all kind of boils down to the same thing. And I noticed this come up in other areas of life, but like here it is again. Just something telling me like that I'm not good enough. As cliche as it sounds, like we're unique and no one else can leave the same mark that you can or that I can. So then I got to explore that a little bit more, like where is this voice even coming from? Who told me that my experience isn't valuable? Who told me that talking about my art isn't worthwhile? Who made me believe that art isn't worth taking seriously? And, a few people come to mind. Like, not everyone is going to support this path, and that's okay. Just not everyone gets it, But that's why it's so important to notice when these kind of thoughts and beliefs are coming up and to work with them and challenge them and question them. Like, basically, I like to act as if I'm talking to a friend who's having those feelings. Like I'm hyping them up and reassuring them like that these things aren't true, like I just try to think, what would I say to a friend? Another thing that plays a part in all of this is comparison. Like spending a bunch of time consuming other people's videos and content is great and it's inspiring and everything like that. But as soon as you start comparing yourself and your journey to someone else's, it's a really slippery slope. And I think comparison or jealousy can be helpful because it can show you what you want for yourself, but it can also be paralyzing if you like feed it too much and leave it unchecked. So I really had to check myself. I really had to hype myself up. Like, no, I have stuff to say. My voice is important. Like, my experiences matter. I have stuff to share. I'm valuable too. So all of this was like a little unexpected, honestly. I really didn't think I was going to have like a whole ass existential identity crisis thing about starting a YouTube channel, but I'm sure someone else will be able to relate. Like I said, I feel like some people talk about this like they just touch on it, I haven't seen anyone really like go into great detail, and I just think that this is worth giving a little bit more attention to, because I think a lot of times these kind of thoughts like really stop people from starting the channel or doing the thing, whatever it is, the live painting gig, the craft market, the job, whatever it is. And to be honest, I'm not even fully on the other side of this. Like, it's a daily practice. That's the thing. Like, every time I record or upload, I gotta keep myself in check. Like, I'm scared, this is scary. Like, to put yourself out there on the internet like this, vulnerably, to share yourself, like, but I feel really inspired to do it for some reason. So I'm just gonna keep listening to that, and the negative thoughts, like, they're just gonna have to deal. So something else that helped me is I thought about all the other artists and creators that I enjoy watching. And I thought about, what do I like about them? What do they do that helps or inspires me? And what can I do to contribute to others like in a similar way? And it's not even that these people that I'm watching are doing anything like super extraordinary, I mean, other than maybe being like really, really talented with their craft and like making super cool stuff. But for the most part, like, they're just doing their thing. They're just making their art, they're talking about it. They're sharing their thoughts on art related things. They're teaching what they've learned, like literally just expressing themselves authentically. And that's what I like. And so why am I trying to tell myself that I can't do that too? So no one else has my unique combination of skill set and experiences. And same to you. No one else has been through what you've been through. And just because I'm not at this so-called like destination that I've imagined up, it doesn't mean that what I have to say isn't important yet or isn't valuable yet. Like, what am I waiting for? You know? And all this to say leads me to my next point, which is reframing success. This was huge. Like, all these limiting beliefs were there going through my mind, and I noticed a common theme, which was the concept of success. It just kept coming up in my mind in different ways. So I was like, okay, well, what does success even mean to me? What does success look like for me? And it's honestly like I was having a whole therapy session with myself before I had even started recording anything. Because, it's like, I don't know if you've ever been in therapy or if you've ever been preparing to share yourself vulnerably in some way, but you might start having this like inner monologue, like thinking about what you're going to say and mentally preparing for it. So like that's what I was doing. And personally, I think success can be fairly relative, especially in like the entrepreneurial world, entrepreneur world, where there's no guidebook. Everyone has different goals. Everyone has different circumstances, and not everyone is dealt the same hand of cards. So I think a good point of reference is just, what are your goals? And is success just that? Like, is it just accomplishing your goals? And for me, I realized that what I was thinking and telling myself is that since I still have day jobs and I'm not making full-time income off of my art, then that must mean that I'm not successful. And that's just kind of a shitty thing to be telling myself on the daily, like that I'm a failure because I haven't made it. And in turn, that made me spiral and think, well, no one's going to listen to me because I'm not full-time yet. So I had to like really shift the way that I was looking at myself and my life, my accomplishments and my experiences. And that's when I realized, okay, as much as I want to and wish that I could, I'm not here to teach anyone how to be a full-time artist because that's not what I'm doing. So I had to literally reframe what success even meant to me, because when it came down to it, I realized like I'm pretty happy. I live in a cool area that inspires me all the time. I have a support system. I work in a picture framing shop and art gallery. I have my stuff in the gallery. I've met so many other creative and amazing people. I have a little home studio space like right here in my cute little beach apartment. I'm creating all the time. And even though I do have a lot going on, like I always find a way to make time for my art. And I'm literally surrounded by art and artists because everything that I do is to mold my life in a way that supports me creatively. So it was like really humbling and beautiful to actually go through that process of changing the way that I look at my life. Like, no, I might not be a full-time artist in the way that I always imagined I would be. Like, I'm not self-employed or working remotely. I'm not making six figures off passive income online or whatever. But if I've learned anything from being on this path for this long, it's that forcing it doesn't really work. And I think the real magic happens when you just learn to appreciate where you are while you're also still working towards those goals. Like, let go a little bit and trust the timing. I realize that I've been like robbing myself of really enjoying my current circumstances and just the present moment because I'm always keeping both eyes on this dream and like essentially this future that I'm imagining that I'm not even living right now. And my journey, yeah, it's taken a little more time to get to where I want to be, but like where I'm at right now is really cool. And starting this YouTube channel made me cultivate like a deep appreciation for that. So I'm super grateful. And all of that kind of, snowballed into the next thing, which is noodling on how can I provide value. I'm getting fired up. I gotta take this jacket off. So with long form content, obviously it's different than making, a 60-second Instagram reel that the same like 50, 60 people on my account are going to see. So in order to not waste my time, I had to really think about like, what do I know? What can I do that I can share that might be valuable for someone? And the best advice that I've seen on creating content is that it should be entertaining, inspirational, or educational. And it's even better if it's all three. So, with starting this clean slate, I got to kind of take a mental log of everything I can do and the experiences I have, everything I know, everything I'm good at. I have a lot of feathers in my hat, and I've been lucky to work in several different creative and artistic industries. I've tried a lot of different things. I've been on Etsy since 2015, I think. I've been sewing for 19 years. Like, I was really selling myself short. And honestly, the way I look at it now is I am a full-time artist. Like, art is my life. I don't do anything or like work jobs if they won't nurture my art and creativity in some way. Even if that's something like working in a bra and underwear store. I did that for about a year because I knew it was going to be an intimate environment and it was going to help me get more in touch with my like feminine side, and it would help me work on people skills so that if I were to do craft fairs or any kind of in-person events, I would hopefully not be like as stiff and rigid. So anyway, now I'm just working on how I can provide videos that are not only fun and like cathartic for me to make, but also be inspirational or, helpful, or at the very least entertaining. Another thing that came up for me that I thought was super interesting was inner child stuff. I started having flashbacks to when I was a kid and I would do like monologues in front of the mirror. I love to talk and tell stories, and even though I've always been kind of like an introvert, I used to always imagine myself like speaking in front of crowds and stuff like that. Not that that's necessarily what I want to do, but I just thought it was interesting that those memories were coming up when I started this channel. I also used to write scripts and screenplays for like movies or plays or whatever, like just for fun. So once I started writing scripts for my videos on here, I was like, whoa, I forgot that I really enjoy this. Like, I fell in love with writing again. So it feels like I'm doing a little bit of like inner child healing. And I think that little me would be really excited about what I'm doing right now. So now that I've gotten all sappy and deep, I'll just briefly go over some numbers in case anyone's curious about what kind of views I've been getting and things like that after being on here for 2 months. So as of right now, I have 17 videos uploaded. That's long form and shorts. And I have 17 subscribers. And the numbers have been just kind of like parallel like that. Like I'll have 10 videos and I'll have 10 subscribers. I'll have 12 videos and 12 subscribers. And it's just kind of stayed like that. Which if I keep going at that rate, it's going to take me a really long time to get monetized. But again, like I said, that's not my primary goal here. Also, if you are one of those 17 subscribers, thank you so much. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I started this channel in secret. So I don't know any of you except for my boyfriend and my best friend. But even when I first started and I had like 4 subscribers, I was so excited. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. So like I said, I'm not going to get into this too much, but I'll just go over some numbers. My shorts are averaging around 500 to 600 views, except for 2 of them that kind of flopped. They got like less than 10 views. I don't know what happened. Almost all of my shorts I have pulled from Instagram. I'll just grab one of my Instagram reels and I put it through this free app to remove the Instagram watermark. It's super fast and easy, and I'll share the link for that app in the description. But yeah, usually I'll upload the same song to the video, but I'll do it through YouTube, so then I don't have any issues with copyright or whatever. But yeah, those have been doing pretty well. I was actually pretty shocked to see those kind of results so early on. It just made me feel like there really is potential here, and it made it more fun and exciting to like keep going. Um, my long videos, they're more just like this, like just me yapping. So those are getting like, I don't know, between 30 and 100 views. I don't think any of them have hit 100 views yet, but yeah, so I have like 4 long videos and the rest are shorts. So since I started my channel, I have 5.8 thousand views and about like 5.5 watch time hours, and then 17 subscribers. So in order to get monetized, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 watch hours, I think. So yeah. So anyway, I'm not doing too bad. But again, I think the numbers are just so different for everyone, especially when you're new. It just depends on so many factors. So I'm not focusing on it too much right now. I'm just kind of taking note of what people are liking and just doing my thing and experimenting and trying to improve at least one thing every time I record. As far as equipment goes, I have a Google Pixel 8 and I just use that to record and to edit. I just use my phone. I edit with CapCut. I do have the paid version, but I don't remember why I thought I needed that, but it's like $10 a month. Also, I know that if you record with your phone, it's better to use the camera on the back, but I use a teleprompter and it's really cool. It's like a little widget that you pay for one time for like $5, and then you just upload your script to it, and the teleprompter just like floats on the screen while you're recording. Some of the other teleprompter apps I tried, you can record directly in the app, but the video was like horrible quality. So I just wanted to use the regular camera app that's already on my phone. So that's why I like this, because I can use my camera on my phone and then I just float this little teleprompter like on the screen. So I figured out that the best way for me to write my scripts is to use Google Docs, because I have access to that from my phone and my iPad. So if I'm like out and about and I want to add to my script, I can use my phone. But if I'm at home, I can pull it up on my iPad too and, type from there or whatever. And then I just copy and paste it all and put it in the teleprompter app. And I kind of break it up. It's not just like one continuous like wall of text. I kind of read it out loud as I'm typing so that I can kind of lay it out like how I would be saying it, if that makes sense. Other than that, I just got a tripod. I don't have a light. I try to just use natural light. It gets dark early now, as you can tell, so I don't always catch it, because like I said, I have day jobs, so I don't get to record very often, but yeah, so anyway, I just got a tripod. It was like $15, I think. And then I did finally break down and get a microphone, and I'll tell you why. Everyone who has a YouTube advice video says to get a mic, but I just didn't feel like they ever gave a very good reason. They didn't give me a good enough reason why, and I just didn't see anything wrong with the mic that's already on my phone. But I actually watched a video from Sarah Ann Novio, and the way she explained it was that a lot of people listen to YouTube videos like a podcast, like while they're multitasking, they're doing something else, and they just have it kind of playing in the background. And as she was saying that, I was literally sewing on my sewing machine, and I had my phone next to me. I wasn't even looking at it. And she said that that's why it's so important to have good audio. And I was like, dang, she's right. So I got a mic. But yeah, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't like let that stop you from recording. I think if you can't afford to buy a mic, like just go for it, you know? But I will link her video, my tripod, my mic, all that stuff in the description. All right, you guys, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm working on loosening up and like talking to y'all like you're my friend and just showing my personality more. So let me know in the comments if you resonated with any of this, and don't forget, like, nobody has your special sauce and the world needs your unique creative expression. So be gentle with yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.